You guys had quite an interesting call for investors yesterday. Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffei said, that MotoGP is an unbelievable product. I think his exact words were, he saw 22 races as being fine. He kind of dismissed this ridiculous notion people might have of, motorcycle racing heading to street circuits. So the big question is, Dan, what do you think fans can expect from this change?
Yeah, well, I think fans should be. I mean, I make the honest mistake, Adam, of reading Twitter comments and reading Reddit threads. So, I think fans have to all. They're so passionate about the sport, and I think they should all take a deep breath. And anything that they see is going to be an evolution, not a revolution. I think there is in no shape or form does Liberty want to come in here and just mess with what this great sport is. And that product base is very American. I mean, I said it in my press conference last year, and I asked that as well. Like, we productize things in the U.S. and that's how we look at things. But it's a he also used the word visceral, which is completely correct. So I would say that the things you should look at is you should look at new ideas to engage fans, new ideas to deliver the sport in ways that people haven't seen before. I've often said we have one of the best television products out there, but it's also amazing that our television product makes the sport look so easy, which very well it's not. So how do we also demonstrate the athleticism of the riders? I think you'll see a lot of little changes, but I would also say they're really happy with the direction we are going and the changes that we have already sort of in place here. So I think you'll see some things that we've started to do before this acquisition, and then you'll start seeing their fingerprints on some stuff as well in working with the management team. So it's going to be the street circuit thing is hilarious. I mean, like, Carlos Espeleta has to say safety and no, we can't race on streets one more time, I think his head's going to explode. So I think it was good that he disabused people of that notion right off the bat.
Dan, do you think MotoGP and Dorna may become more internationalized? I mean, you were the first sort of senior management figure to non-Spanish. I mean, do you think we might see more of that? I know it's quite soon.
I think you will. I think you absolutely will. I think I've been sort of this carnival barker shouting from the rooftop to people in the U.S. and people to come join us and come watch the race. And I think you'll see a little bit more of that on the personnel side. I think we were investigating stats, and there's been more world champions who are Americans than there have been Spanish, which is something people don't know. So I said this yesterday on the investor call, this sport is tailor-made for the American audience. I mean, it is like, it's so digestible. It's so exciting. It's evocative of, it evokes courage and bravery and sort of man trying to tame machines. It's perfect for the U.S. So we just have to do a really good job of focusing on that market, but also focusing on other key markets like the UK, like Germany, like Southeast Asia, like India, China. So there's a lot of places we need to go, and I think everyone will be impressed and fall in love with the sport.
Is this perhaps MotoGP's best chance to have some serious growth in the Americas, both North and South?
I hope so. I hope so. I just like the word growth. I'll take it wherever it comes from. But yeah, I hope so. I think that's the limitations that we had are still there. It's not. Let's give them a little bit of a pass, and all of a sudden they can't build circuits for us to race in overnight. So those limitations still exist. But what they can do is they can work with us on how they know how to take professional sports, take first-class entertainment properties, and make them relevant to fans. That's what they're going to help us with. But we still have the limitations on where we can race. We're working on that, but I don't think that's not a snap of a finger, as you know very well.